All right, everyone argues about Roth IRA versus traditional IRA, but almost nobody asked the only question that actually matters. That question is, which one makes you richer? They don't ask which one sounds better. They don't ask which one gives you a tax break today. So in this video, I'm going to break down the real math, the real tax impact, and the scenario where one absolutely beats the other. So you can stop guessing and start making smarter money moves. Quick disclaimer though, before we get started in the video, as always, this video is for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. It's definitely not tax advice. I'm just explaining how these accounts actually work so you can make better decisions. As always, do your own research, but let's get into it. So why does this topic confuse so many people? Well, the reason this debate never ends is actually pretty simple. Now, Roth IRAs and traditional IRAs are sold based on feelings, not actual math. Most people hear Roth is tax-free forever, traditional saves you taxes now. Okay, I heard those my whole life too. Well, both are true, but neither tells you which one actually makes you richer. There's a core difference here, and this is what we're going to explain. I'll explain it in plain English so everybody understands it that's watching. Here's the simplest way that you can understand this debate topic. Now, a traditional IRA, you're going to get a tax break today, but you're going to pay taxes later on your withdrawals. A Roth IRA, you're going to pay taxes today, and then you never pay taxes again. Pretty simple. Well, the real question is, are your taxes lower now, or are they going to be lower later? That's what you have to figure out. We'll go ahead and go through like a math example. This is what most people skip when they're making their decision, but let's run some actual numbers and talk about this just so you can understand maybe which is better for you or which one would make you richer. An example, $6,500 a year invested for 30 years at, we'll say, a 10% average return. Both accounts would grow to roughly $1.1 million. That's a lot of money. But now here's the difference. A traditional IRA, you still owe taxes on that. And after about a 25% tax rate, that's about $275,000 gone. A Roth IRA, you owe $0 in retirement. You keep everything. That's a big difference. It's the same investments, the same growth, but two very different outcomes. Now, we'll talk about why most people pick the wrong one or the wrong one for them. Most people choose based on today and not based on tomorrow. So common mistakes, that would be chasing a tax refund, underestimating future income, or forgetting about RMDs or required minimum distributions. Now, also ignoring future tax law changes, because we all know tax laws change and that can happen every year basically. The IRS wants its cut eventually. Roth removes them from that equation. Now, let's talk about when a Roth IRA actually makes you richer. A Roth IRA usually wins if you're early in your career and you expect higher income later, you invest aggressively, and you want tax-free flexibility, or you're planning to retire early. That's the situation that I'm in, is with the above, and that's why I have a Roth. Paying taxes on a seed is cheaper than paying taxes on a tree, basically. So what about a traditional? When a traditional IRA can make sense. A traditional IRA could be useful if you're in a very high tax bracket right now. You're a high earner, you're paying a lot of taxes. You expect significantly income later on though, and so you need the tax relief today, and maybe you're close to retirement today. It's not wrong, it's just often misunderstood. So the strategy that most people miss with this, and kind of here's what wealthy investors actually do and kind of how they live with this. There's a few things. They use the Roth early, and they will use the traditional strategically. They will convert later when their income drops, and they'll diversify basically their tax buckets. Now, this isn't about choosing sides, it's about having control. And Roth IRAs don't just grow money, but they remove uncertainty that might be lingering around. And traditional IRAs delay the tax bill, Roth IRAs eliminate it. Two totally different things. If your goal is long-term wealth, flexibility, and early retirement, the Roth usually wins. That's just how it is. If you want more videos like this, though, breaking down real investing math, not just hype or rumors, hit the subscribe button. This is a new channel. I'm here for you guys. You guys can join me on my journey to financial freedom. I'm putting things out that I learned, or mistakes that I've made, or just my own personal investing journey, or even as I go into retirement here in a few years from the military. I'll be putting out a lot of videos just on military retirement and stuff. I do have 22 years of active duty, so I will be putting out videos on like military pensions, VA disability, even using like VA home loans, benefits that we get as military members, whether we're active duty or retired and whatnot. So lots of content coming to this channel. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll see you on the next one.